Use the lapel mic. I'll try to boom.
Which I am testing.
Okay. So I'm Rob Maggetto. We're thrilled to be here. Dr. Audette, Layton School Leadership. We're thrilled that there are board members here. Thank you for being here and inviting us. And of course, all the teachers and staff of the school district. We're thrilled to be here. We're looking to have a good time with you. I think we're going to have fun. Hopefully, it'll be intellectually stimulating, provocative, again, fun. And I think we'll surprise ourselves with the ideas that we're able to generate. So we really look forward to learning with and from you, and hopefully you'll take some things away from us that will help you kind of reclaim your own creativity in the classroom and help spark that in your students as well. So we're going to draw on some ideas. You want to say anything about yourself, James?
No, I hate.
Is your lapel mic working?
Is it on that I'm saying nothing about myself?
Can you?
Okay.
Can you hear his voice all right? Okay.
She can hear me say nothing. Good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you want that screen on the video? Because if you do, you could dim the light.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. That's mostly just kind of a visual aid. So we're going to draw from some ideas from books that we've written together and separately. And, my kind of commitment is, I'm a former classroom teacher. I grew up in Wyoming. I taught in a very small town in Wyoming. And so my commitment is always to do things that are pragmatic. And that actually goes back not me being a teacher, but to my nonna. My grandmother, both of my sets of family are from Italy. My grandmother from Sicily, Alfonsina Taglialavori, when she was 96 years old. I'm a first-generation college student, and I was going to get my PhD. And, nobody in my family understood it, including me, what was happening. And so my grandmother, we had this big family gathering as they were sending me off to go to school in Indiana. She took my hands and she felt my hands. And I thought she was going to say something like, Ronnie, the family's so proud of you, first generation college students. That's not what she said to me. She said, you have the hands of a beautiful woman. Hey, Baladon, Ronnie. I thought, I used moisturizer, She's like, no, where are your calluses? Where are your calluses? She said, feel my hands. Her hands riddled with calluses. I'm like, oh, well, none of my calluses are on my brain. I read a lot, I do a lot of thinking. She said, no, they're on your kulu, on your bottom, right? And she said, whatever you are doing in Indiana with all this school, make sure it has some meaning in the world. And to honor her, I always try to bring it back home to something pragmatic, meaningful, to our own lives and to our students' lives. And I think the beautiful thing about creativity is that it has that capacity to make a difference right now, to make a difference right tomorrow when you go back into your classrooms. And so I think that's one of the beautiful things, that it's something that lives in and out of the classroom. It's something we all have and that we can express. And so that's what we're going to kind of share with you today. But
it's kind of odd that when I graduated high school, my grandmother said, Ron Maggetto has beautiful hands, and I had no idea what she meant until now. So this is a great insight.
There's legendary hands. Oh, the hand model, I guess. All right. So what we want to do is we want to start out and just hear what your thoughts are about creativity. Everybody has an idea of what is creative. So when you hear the word creativity, what is the first word that comes to mind? We're going to jot a couple of these down, and try not to guess what we want to hear, but really, truly, what is it you hear? What is it you think of when you hear the word creativity? I don't know what
that's. Oh, there we go.
Here we go. So do you want to type?
Yeah, I can type.
Okay. So, and it could be negative things, but when you hear creativity, what do you think of? Fun. New. Potential. Different. Limitless. Unique. Imagination. What else? Freedom. Design. Initiate. Expression. What else? Outside the box. Time. Freelance. Any negative things you think of? Maybe some of those are. Time might be ability. Constraint. Work. Absolutely. Risk. Fear. Definitely. projects,
Unknown.
unknown. Uncertainty, yes. Anything else? Messy, for sure.
Very good.
Raw. Raw, absolutely.
Lack of confidence, or like you don't feel that you're capable.
Yeah, lack of confidence or self-belief.
Not practical.
Not practical. Anything else? Yes.
How about pride?
Pride, absolutely.
World leaders.
World leaders, absolutely. Anything else?
Excitement.
Excitement,
Innovative.
innovative,
Exception.
exceptional.
Oh, no, exceptional or an exception?
Exceptional? Exceptional.
Okay, just making sure.
Novel? Novel. Yep.
Counterintuitive.
Counterintuitive, acceptance. Anything else? Source? Flow? Open-minded?
Motivation.
Motivation? Expensive? There definitely are costs associated.
Yes, there are.
Anything else?
Internalized.
Internalized?
Rare.
Rare? It's good as keeping track of the
Okay,
words. We have
good.
47 so far.
Wow.
It's pretty
Dangerous.
Dangerous, yes. Anything else? Appreciate? Intimidating? Personal? Ownership?
Wait, I made one.
Squelch? That's all right.
There.
So we have
Sorry.
squelch after that. Anything else?
Genuine.
Genuine? Anything? More? Inspiring?
Subjective.
Subjective, good. 55, that's pretty darn good. It's kind of unwieldy. Right? I mean, creativity is one of those concepts that's really unwieldy. A lot of my early work was just trying to figure out what the heck do we even mean by creativity? And I think some of this stuff, as you can see, subjective. People just kind of put their own meanings in there. They have their own personal risk. All these different things kind of come together in creativity. Anything you want to comment on with respect to this list?
It covers an awful lot. It's nice. Often the lists kind of peter out at 20 and they're just other words for new. So this taps into a lot of neat, wide range of things, a lot of which we're actually going
Yeah, so
touch
we
on.
appreciate your ideas bubbling forward. That's good, especially this early in the morning. The fog must be lifting or something. Okay, so let's take a look and start thinking about, like, what does this mean for your classroom? Okay.
Okay.
So anything else? If just throw out, when you think about now creativity in the classroom, we have this list of what, 55 things.
Mhm.
What comes? You can just shout out. What comes to mind? Let's put this thing called creativity that has at least 55 descriptors and drop it into 30 bodies, 18 bodies in front of you in your classroom. Now what is the words that jump out? Fear,
Chaos,
messy,
messy,
time-consuming, confusing,
overwhelming, confusing,
overwhelming,
slow.
Right? These are things that we don't necessarily want to invite in our classroom. Why would we want to invite chaos into our classroom? So I think that's where the tension is. We kind of live, as educators, we live at the heart of this tension. We recognize the value of creativity. I've probably taught more than 2,000 prospective teachers at this point. James is starting to teach prospective
It's starting
teachers.
to accumulate.
Yeah, I mean, I've never met a teacher who says, I want to strangle the creativity out of my students. They all value creativity, but there is this real tension at play.